Hello everyone and welcome to a different stream. Now you're probably thinking, well, just how different is this stream? Well, for starters, we're not doing a well, actually we will be doing a GTA Online stream, but it'll be later. That's because I'm actually planning on staying up late. I'm a nerfer, deal with it. But here we're gonna answer the biggest question. The question on probably not everyone's mind, but on my mind for sure. Just how advanced is the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine, or as its shortened name is known as the Rage Engine? Well, here we are to dive right in. First things first, I should explain that we will not be doing GTA Online stuff in this stream. However, I am again, I'm gonna do that later. Also, I'm gonna try and get Xbox Live Gold tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. But we're also not gonna be playing.
There's a reason why most people haven't heard of fucking Kale. Ugh.
Okay. But we're not gonna be in story mode either. Now the reason being is because of the fact that I would rather explore this game engine's complexity through another way. Now, as you all might have not, or some of you may have seen this also, this is one of the details of the engine, especially evident in next-gen hardware such as PS4 or Xbox One. Sadly, I'm not going to, or not sadly, but however, I'm not going to take off my camera and then angle it over here to show you guys my Xbox, but it's just a standard 500 gigabyte Xbox One S. Well, it's just called the Xbox One now, but it used to be called the S because of the fact that it was the slim model, but it soon replaced the OG model of the Xbox One. So okay, but yeah. Now also I should mention, in the upcoming stream for tonight, you may notice that my LG RH8's got a little something different. I'll save that for tonight. However, let's just go ahead and get started. I was gonna say something, but yeah, let's do it. But speaking of GTA Online, I think it'd be appropriate to play as my character, because you gotta, or I gotta, I guess. However, to ensure that I don't get my ass handed to me like, I don't know, a cat. Not one of the small ones. I mean, they're literally mountain lions that will fuck your shit up. And we don't want to deal with the cops, so want to level off. Restrict areas off. That. Alright, there we go. But yeah, this is just a tip of the iceberg about how advanced this game engine is. The rain has so much detailing that you could literally see it splatter on the ground and naming your car, and hell, you can even hear the rain itself hitting your car's roof when you're driving in the rain, which I will happily show off. Hold on. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's just say I've been listening to Tron music lately. But yeah, this is, pardon the voice crack there, this is one of the things that the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine is known for, which is its extremely high level of detail. For one thing, you can actually see the water rippling and stuff, and whenever you're walking around in the water, you can see splashes and stuff. And the thing is, the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine wasn't really put to its full force on previous gen hardware, like say on the 360 or the PS3 or something like that. But whenever the game first came out, or no, not first came out, but when the game came out on platforms such as this, sorry if it's reversed, it's just how the camera is. Plus, if I reverse, like, you can choose to reverse the camera, but like, I don't know, I'd just rather not. But yeah, so with its release coming to PS4 and Xbox One, what did this mean? Well, it meant, first of all, that it would have far more features graphically, such as the addition of grass. Not only that, but the details on vehicles and even clothing would be far greater in detail. Now, not only this, but it made it to where the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine would have much more to work with, seeing as how on previous generation hardware, like again on the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, I almost said 4 for some reason, it wasn't as, you know, well, powerful on there. I'm not saying that the Rockstar Advanced Game Engine wasn't powerful on those systems, because it really did push boundaries, because it was graphically impressive in and of itself to see such a beautifully made game of this scale on a pair of game consoles that have been here since 2006 and that still have some support to this day. However, there is some minor speculation that that won't be for long, because, see, the thing is, games like Call of Duty aren't being published on those anymore. Like, the last game that was ever published on Xbox that was Call of Duty was Black Ops 3. Yet that one didn't even have the single player campaign / cooperative play. It just had zombies and multiplayer, and it was capped at 30 FPS. But however, with the release of newer hardware such as the PS4 and Xbox One, or in my case the Xbox One S, that made it to where the game engines could be put to full force, such as the case with, for example, my character, and how they could further inhibit the use of new resources that they have created, like say on my character's Deadline suit, and how it has like glowing and stuff. But that wasn't all. Along with this came the use of advanced geometry that has not been seen in any other game. I know that seems kind of... But take a look at the mountains. They look so realistic. Like, look at that. Like, you know they're in a video game, but they're so geometrically advanced that you would swear they look very much lifelike. However, not only that, but when this game again was re-released for next generation hardware, that also gave it somewhat an advantage over the previous gen hardware. First of all, it would again increase the amount of geometry that the game could use. Second of all, the graphical fidelity and the resolution was upscaled to 1080p, or hell, even 4K if you're playing on PC, which I don't have a gaming PC or anything of that sort, so sadly I cannot say that I game on PC. Although periodically I may play Roblox, although I'm thinking about quitting that because it's mediocre. Hooray. But we're not focusing on Roblox though, are we? No, we're focusing on just how advanced this game's engine is. Now, I'm not saying that Rockstar's the first game to actually use this engine. In fact, not even Red Dead was. I don't mean the new one, I mean the original Red Dead Redemption. The first game from Rockstar to have the same kind of sorry about that, I just caught some in my throat. The same kind of action, the same kind of thrill of GTA would be Bully. Now, what's Bully, you may ask? Well, Bully is a really old game, not old, like 1990s old, and what the... But yeah, that's another thing. If you look at the wildlife in the game, okay, so animals were not present in the previous iteration of GTA 5. Now you're probably thinking, why? Well, for the most part, it wasn't so much the game being underpowered on previous generation hardware, it's just there were a lot of limitations that sadly had to be met. For example, since the game had a lower resolution and it just wasn't as powerful on previous gen hardware, it really couldn't show animals, so... Well, I think there were animals, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it did have animals, I'm sorry. I was thinking and I was like, oh wait, yeah, they do. But, however, the animals in the previous gen game version, they didn't really have as good of detail as they do on here. Now, this is also where the flora comes in play. Now, by flora, I do really mean, like, the, grass and everything. Now, see, in the previous gen version of GTA 5, and furthermore, online, you didn't see stuff like grass everywhere, especially on big hills and mountains, and I was trying to scare that mountain lion away, by the way. But, yeah. All this grass and all these flowers and everything, those really couldn't be rendered on the previous gen versions of GTA 5. And the reason being is because of the fact that the game engine, despite being highly advanced, even on those consoles, it still wasn't able to render stuff like grass and stuff. Like, see, this is what I mean. In the previous gen version of the game, this grass wasn't here. It was just grass texturing and stuff. But there's still more to it. Even the gunshot effects are very much realistic, as you can see by most of the guns. Now you're probably thinking, oh, well, how realistic are they? Well, if you take the time to actually play in GTA Online, well, obviously you will, but if you actually observe from all angles, except for up and down, of course, like another player firing in a single direction, you'll see that the gunshot effects are just like in real life, such as that. Not only that, but there is advanced lighting out the wazoo. And not only that, but this game does have ragdolling, as you guys might already guess. But the ragdolling is much more realistic in a sense. See, there have been games long before the release of GTA 5 that did have ragdolling. However, ragdolling in that case would act like the person or other entity would be dead. Like, they would just flail lifelessly. But hold on. I shall show you something. I'm sorry if I sound like a nerd, by the way. Now, the thing about director mode that I love is that they give you the option of doing super jump and low gravity, which in my free time I may mess around in director mode just to laugh my ass off. But this is what I mean by a living ragdoll. Oops. See, your character wouldn't go like flailing their arms lifelessly. Like, they would act like they're still alive, so their arms would move, like trying to stop them from falling or something. Oops. Hold on. But if we go ahead and apply these changes and turn off the weather, because, you know, then you'll notice this. As you can see, your character is still very much alive, or the character is still very much alive. And even when they fall on the ground, they still act very much alive. However, in previous games, they would just simply flop up in the air, their arms and legs going like, ugh, or like slinging out if they're being spun around. But in this case, it's actually lifelike. Although low gravity and super jumping in real life is not possible, unless you have like some kind of jetpack or something. And no, I am not confirming there's a jetpack. However, what I am confirming is this is most likely the most advanced gaming engine you will ever see. But we're far from done on this stream. Now, another thing that this game engine actually performs quite well, and you guys might have noticed in my more recent streams, since I've turned my camera sensitivity up, partially for the Deadlands series that I will resume at some point. I just need to do more planning. In fact, I might do the episode tonight. Is, look, if you have the camera sensitivity turned up high, there is in fact motion blur. Also, when you have a gun and you switch to first person, motion blur whenever the gun moves. So yeah, this game accomplishes more than you might think. For starters, it's quite a large game. In fact, the base file size for the game is literally 55 gigabytes. Now, why is that important? Well, for starters, big file size for a game's base file size obviously means that it's going to be a bigger game. Like, the more gigabytes that it demands from your console's memory, the more size you're going to get for your game. For example, Horizon Zero Dawn, or the much overhated, in my opinion, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, or No Man's Sky. Those two are very much overhated, and they deserve a second chance. That's why I actually got Infinite Warfare on Xbox, but after my gold trial ran out, I decided to trade it in to GameStop just because of the fact that I wouldn't have gold for a while. Of course, again, like I said earlier, I will try and get gold, but I'll have to see what I can do to make sure I still have a decent amount of money before the trip. But this game engine still has quite a lot of features. For example, it has highly advanced AI, which AI, for those who don't know, means, well, artificial intelligence, or in this case, basically it means that the NPCs in this game have, like, brains of sorts. Not saying that they actually have brains, like, in a physical sense. I mean, like, their AI is programmed so well that you can literally hear them talk as they pass by each other, or hell, when they're talking on their phone or something. That's another thing that makes this game engine so great. But we're still not done. We are still not done. Then we have some of the effects, not special effects like, well, yeah, special effects. For example, if I happen to find something over here. Now, I know this is probably gonna cause a ruse, but oh, that doesn't blow up. People are gonna go after me? No. But, for example, special effects such as smoke and steam and stuff, those are highly realistic to the point where you almost feel like you see, like, actual smoke and stuff. Same goes for tire smoke or fires and stuff. And then we have hair on your character. Like, look at this. It may not look like it at first, but after a while you actually begin to notice that your character's hair, like, you know how in real life people's hair kind of has that shiny look, like that, the shiny thing? That's literally like the hold on, I'm trying to spawn back into my character. There we go. But oh, can't do it. But back to the subject of the motion blur, you can actually see that more prominently with aircraft featuring propellers, like, conveniently enough over here, the Titan. Now, why is this so interesting? Well, see, Grand Theft Auto 5 has been around for... It's been here since 2013. In fact, since September 2013. So, a year later, September 2014, it turned a year old. 2015, it turned 2. 2016, last year, it turned 3. So this year it'll be 4 years old. So this 4-year-old game has a gaming engine that has been around since Bully, which came out on the PS2. Which you're probably thinking, oh, well, the PS2 obviously can't handle that. Oh, really? Did you know that the third GTA game, the first Vice City game, and San Andreas weren't okay. Those came out on separate years, right? GTA 3 coming out in 2001. 2003 for Vice City. And finally, San Andreas coming out in 2004. Now, GTA and Rockstar as a whole have been around for long before that. The first the first GTA game came out literally the same year I was born. In fact, I'm actually pretty much a little bit older than the game series, actually, by a few months. GTA 2, I believe, came out in 99 or 98. But now here we are, 2017, with a still critically acclaimed game that got highly awarded scores. In fact, IGN, the people that gave Doom, which I no longer have, I'm sorry, that what the huh? That's another thing. Highly advanced lighting and sparks. And in fact, like I said earlier, non-playable character AI in this game is so advanced that every single NPC is pretty much programmed to do what they were programmed to do. For example, these Marines over here are guarding this place, doing their duty. And as for NPCs that are just roaming around, well, I'll show you. And what better place to choose, conveniently enough for a character, that we go to LSIA, where they actually first entered. Now, I didn't show this on my GTA series because of the fact that, well, for starters, last year, like, that was whenever I started the series of a Let's Stream, which is, like, I used to put that in the titles, but now I took it out because it would be too long of a title to read. But the thing is, though, look at this. NPCs driving cars actually notice people in front of them, and if the people aren't paying attention, they'll honk at them, or hell, if their car's hit by another car, like if I were to kick that car or hit another car with a car, they would respond with, "Oh gosh," or something like that. But if they were to hit you with a car like this, that is if they actually pay the attention that they need.
Hey, my man, where you going?
Whoa.
Sure thing, man.
Okay, that is cool. Now, that's another thing. The NPCs in this game are so advanced that they're basically sort of helpers now. Like, for example,
He's coming over next week.
the taxi driver. If you choose to have a taxi driven in GTA 5 or GTA Online, or I think in GTA 4 as well, you can literally have one drive you somewhere. And the crazy thing is, that wasn't really possible in much older GTA games like these, or even GTA's 1 and 2. GTA 4, I think, was the first one to introduce that, or I may still be wrong, but that just shows how advanced this game engine really is. It's so advanced that there's motion blur, which I know many people probably shouldn't make a big deal out of, but you really wouldn't expect it.
So bad if it weren't for all the shitty drivers in Los Santos.
But yeah, here's another thing. The AI, when it comes to driving, characters actually make a reference to that. Not saying AI, but like they say the shitty drivers or something. That's in reference to this game's real life location, which is Los Angeles, which is home to more congestive traffic, which this game very much has. So really it's mirroring its real life counterpart. Not only that, but like, I was trying to demonstrate it earlier, but I wasn't sure if I was going to actually get to do that. But if by any chance you were hit dead on by a car, by an NPC, like, you have to be on foot for this. Like,
Dude, you totally wiped out.
like that, they'll sound a little worried. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off ragdolling and stuff, or not ragdolling, but low gravity and all that. But you'll notice that, yes indeed, they actually begin to feel a little worried about you. Like, if you're hit by a car in the game, like, think about it in real life.
That's not on me, you hear? Not on me.
Like, sometimes they'll act like that if they're scared about getting in trouble with the police. But sometimes if there is an NPC driving and they hit you, they may, like, for example, if you heard that in online where I get hit by a car and then the driver's like, "Oh no, are you okay?" Or something like that, they would feel genuine concern about you. And that's another quality of what makes this game engine so great, is that the AI in this game is so advanced, it's very much lifelike. In fact, you'll also see NPCs walking their dogs. And this game, like, I know this isn't really in reference to the game engine itself, but I've shown this off in my Easter eggs and other various secrets series, which right now is exclusive to GTA right now because of the fact that Doom is no longer with me for now. I mean, granted, like, I am planning on trading stuff into GameStop at some point, and I know some people are gonna be like, "No, don't do that." Some people don't realize, first of all, I don't have a job. Second of all, their payouts are actually pretty good. Like, for people who just want to make a quick buck. And not only that, but like, if you actually take the time to actually Ow. No, not ow, but if you actually take the time to, oh, right. If you actually take the time to actually read up on trade values, like, for example, if you were to trade this in, it'd be like $2 or something, which I am not doing that. But, yeah, like, that's one thing, though, is that this game's Easter eggs,
How much extra is a personal trainer? I think at this point,
like, it's very much realistic, though. Like, for example, in that one stream on Easter eggs and other secrets, I think it was episode 2, you could see that there's a Sky Terrier at a owner's grave, which I know it is an owner, no, it is a Easter egg to the Edinburgh, or the Edinburgh tale, or not tale, but the story of Greyfriars Bobby, which is a story about a dog who lost their owner one day, and they paid their respects by staying by their owner's grave for so many years. And I believe people would bring that dog food every once in a while to see if maybe they'll stay alive, I guess. But the thing is, that's something that does happen in real life. So again, the AI in this game are so advanced it really is lifelike. In fact, let me go ahead and see where this cemetery is. And oh, it's oh. But let me
Hippie!
wrong helmets. Hold on, I'll go there. Sorry, yeah. But yeah, you could also see that whenever you fire gunshots, people genuinely do get scared, just like in real life. If someone had a firearm and they were pointing it towards you, or hell, even if you were to drive a car near someone, it would terrify them, you know, because, you know, it makes sense. But that's just a tip of the iceberg, like I said before, how advanced this game engine is. Not only that, but it was possible to have more advanced animation and everything for characters and animals and all that stuff. And GTA games, body deformation on cars was very, very basic. You would have dented doors, dented fronts, dented backs and stuff, and after a bunch of hits to the car, you would notice that the car would start to smoke. However, in newer GTA games, like for example GTA 4 and its expansions, and here GTA 5, you would notice that the bodies, of course, are shiny and very much lifelike, but you'll also notice that they can take a lot of damage, their parts may fall off, and it would take a whole bunch more punishment to make the car smoke and eventually explode. But not only that, but it's way more than that. Like, for example, you would have backfire, which I believe was also in GTA 4, I'm not sure. But yeah, backfiring from a car would be very much realistic, because if you're going at a very high rate of speed, you would definitely notice that your car is backfiring whenever you're trying to go to a very fast rate of speed. Also, by the way, someone actually stated that that right there would, or no, not would be, but it was a reference to Duke Nukem. No, it's just someone saying, hey, I hope you enjoy being in a whole bunch of pieces. I believe it's this grave over here that had the dog. But I don't think it's gonna be here yet. Oh yeah, and here's another thing. I know this was present in old GTA games, but you would also see NPCs just sitting around like anyone else, like I am right now. But you would notice that their animations or their emotions rather, are very lifelike. They're looking at me and all that stuff, and yeah, I mean, like, who wouldn't? I mean, I'm wearing a frickin' Tron suit. But let's also talk about the water. You know what, I don't think I'm gonna do or should I do a GTA Online stream? I'm getting a little drowsy, but I think I can last. But, hi viewer, what's up? But yeah, if you notice the water, you'll see that it behaves just like normal water. Although it wouldn't be all wavy and splashy and stuff whenever you get in it. I mean, like, the game engine was advanced, or is advanced, but it's not advanced enough to do something like that. At least not unless you maybe threw a grenade in it, which I know will scare off locals, but worth a shot, I guess. And like I said earlier, people would get terrified because of the explosion. However, how about we go to a place that is a little bit more populated in water, like the ocean. So let's just go to a ocean and see what's there. Yeah, I don't think the dog's gonna be there. Unless I'm looking at a different location. Whoops. I was getting a little too, fast.
You suck at driving!
This is what I mean. As you can see, the water bounces up and stuff whenever you shoot rockets at it or something. And it's more prominently seen if you do like explosive bullets, so let's do that. Because see, whenever bullets hit the water they just pollute, but with explosive bullets Okay, that was pretty but yeah, like water literally does go all wavy whenever an explosion happens, or just whenever there's water over here. Okay, that's enough of that. There we go. It's like a little battlefield over here. But yeah, and we're still not done. We still have one more thing. And that would be a proper day-night cycle. Now, I'm not saying it's real time, which, for those who don't know, real time would mean like it's happening at that moment in real time. But the game has its own specific day-night cycle, which you can plainly see right here. It's still morning, but the hours are essentially minutes, and yeah, they're essentially minutes, but each minute in the game is approximately 1 to 2 seconds. Or 3. But yeah. So just how advanced is this game's engine? Probably the most advanced ever. In fact, I wouldn't say it's on par with Unreal Engine in terms of graphics, but the graphics are definitely more advanced than anything I've ever seen. But yeah, from impressively programmed AI to beautifully detailed environments ranging from beaches to a vast city to that, or to the mountains, or to the desert side, or anything like that, or vehicle physics and everything. And yeah, that's another thing. Vehicle physics in this game, if I may get to show it off. Let's take the Panto. Now, vehicle physics, for the most part, are very, very unique. Now, in real life, okay, so in GTA and GTA Online and GTA 4, you could flip over the car and you could flip it back over by using what is called weight distribution. Now, many people may be thinking, oh, well, that's not realistic because in real life cars weigh at least a ton. Well, really, when you think about it, think about when a car is sitting still and it's not running or anything, and you shift your body left and right, you'll notice that the car will wobble. Now, taking that in perspective, imagine if the car was upside down and you were trying to get it over, and you had someone with you. If you try to distribute your weight like in a way that would make the car tumble over, then yeah. So that is a very realistic thing. But not only that, but I'm also talking about physics in terms of crashing, hitting people and making them do flips.
Is this for real?
And yeah, even your headlights could blow out. And like, if you hit other cars, they just, yeah.
Jeez, this is a rental. Oh, you serious?
But when it comes to curbs, yeah, cars will behave differently. Like, for example, if there's a car with a big kind of suspension thing, like, for example, we got, that's another thing I will get to in a second. But, for example, take the Vapid Sand King truck, for example. It's very tall, it has top-of-the-line suspension, and not only that, but there are also vehicles like the Liberator, the Marshall, the Insurgent, the Dubsta 6x6, or the normal Dubsta, depending on your taste, and things of that sort that are built for off-road and or utility-based usage. But then we have stuff like vehicle aerial physics, which relate to the vehicles actually working in the air. And hitting other cars. Again, you'll notice that the car is losing its bumper because it's a little bumpy. And yeah, cars themselves in this game have very different performance stats and gripping and all that stuff. Like, for example, this Panto here, it's tiny, but it's able to turn very well. But like, the details on cars itself, or cars themselves, and things like that, that's what I mean. Like, the car will roll over and stuff. But then we have aerial control of the vehicle, like aerial physics. Yeah, that can happen. So to answer people's questions about just how advanced this game engine really is as of now, it's more than unreal. Yeah. That's another thing that can happen. If a car hits something just right after falling, it can very much explode. Maybe from a ruptured fuel tank, or maybe from a broken engine or something. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and if you did, then I hope you learned something about just how advanced this game engine is and why this game is so loved, other than, well, the interaction and everything. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, even if it was just one person for a brief moment. And I will see you soon. Also, I'm deciding not to do the stream. I know I said I'd try and stay up late, but it would mess with my sleeping schedule, because I like to sleep at like 10 or something. And it is 10:50 right now, so I would much rather go to bed now than later. But again, thank you all very much for watching. For those who may see the stream after I am done, or for that one person who did see my stream. But the thing is, I know summer isn't quite here yet, but the weather is starting to feel close to it. But trust me, this summer there will be some big stuff coming from this channel and my newly created channel, The Wolf Pack. And you're gonna love it. Now, The Wolf Pack, before I actually end the stream, is a channel that I created, and I only have one person who will be with me. And the cool thing is, I'll get to do the Wolfpack content whenever I'm gone to Colorado this summer. Actually takes place after E3, so I'll be here watching E3, and I'll get my thoughts on streams. Yes, I'll do that while playing GTA. I know it seems kind of unrelated if I'm talking about other games like, say, Wolfenstein. I'm not saying that's a possibility, but who knows, maybe I just predicted the damn future. But, like, I will talk about the streams, and I will take notes, and I'll talk about what I saw and what I thought and all that stuff. But when it comes to the Wolfpack, things will be different, seeing as how, as you all know, I have a laptop, and there's a free-to-use video software called Open Broadcast software that you can record stuff with, and by doing that, you can easily make your own Let's Plays and stuff, which is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm either going to be bringing my PS4 or my Xbox. I'm not sure. But the games that we'll be focusing on will have multiplayer in a way that's not quite like GTA Online, because GTA Online is, well, online only, but there are games like Call of Duty and stuff like that that will have cooperative play and things of that sort. But not only that, but it'll be different in that, yeah, you know what, I think I'll bring my Xbox with me, because my pet boss said that I'll be able to bring in, or not an Xbox, but a game system with me when it comes to the trip. So I'll bring the Xbox because of the fact that it actually has two HDMI ports, one for TV and one for like something like a laptop or something, which will be very, very useful, because like I did have OBS software, or OBS Studio, but the thing is I accidentally did something and it got it like to where it won't work, so I'm gonna have to get it again, which it's easy, you know. And you know, I'll do my best, and I'll see if maybe there's some kind of like free to use editing software, or if it actually has editing tools inside the thing, which I think there are, which I'll have to look that up actually, but I'll save that. Lady, let me tell you something. First of all, you're a feminist. Second of all,
or something? I ain't got time for bullshit.
lady, you're bullshit. You're saying that's sexual harassment. I hate feminists, okay? Not all of them. Just the extreme ones like her who said, "Oh, that's sexual assault." I'm sorry, I just had to say that, but I thought that was her dog, but that's a cat. But yeah, there are in fact animals in this game, but you know, I've already covered that. But yeah, so this June expect content from the wolf pack, and hey, it'll be different, yeah, but I'm pretty sure that you guys will like it, seeing as how it won't be live stream based. I mean, we may do streams here and there, like maybe a long stream with each other, maybe playing games and such. But other than that, it's primarily going to be gaming videos and stuff, and of course I'm going to have to get like thumb drives, but I'll have to see if maybe Papa could get me some for that, and I'll have to let him know why and all that stuff. But he supports my stuff on YouTube. I'm not saying he watches it, but I've told him about my stuff, and I guess he likes it. I mean, I mean, like, if I explain to him, hey, it's for YouTube, it's for my new gaming channel that I'll be working with Jacob with, and all that stuff, yeah. But, I've been joining on too long. I was gonna do the outro, but I did it, and I got sidetracked because I wanted to explain more about the wolf pack and all that stuff. But just know that, hey, that channel ain't just gonna be a blank slate for long. And, the channel logo certainly ain't gonna be there for very long, because I'm gonna try and see if my friend from Malaysia, like, she's actually the one responsible for the Fur Vlogs and Fur Plays, channel pictures, the channel icons. But I'm gonna see if maybe she'll be able to do that again for the wolf pack. Of course, I'm gonna have to show her a picture of what the wolf pack logo looks like, and I'll have to do with that. But anyways, in all seriousness though, sorry for all the droning on and on and on. I just wanted to let you guys know what was gonna be happening during this summer and all that stuff. But I love you all so dearly. I hope you all have a very, very amazing night. Or at least a very restful night if you sleep at this time. And hey, just know that your good old pal Rexy here loves you all very dearly, and I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I think we could work with tomorrow with maybe GTA Online, and if I can work out something. That's something I can work out. I'm sorry, but in all seriousness though, see, it got me riled up. I love you all so much. And I hope you all have a good night, and that you guys have an amazing week. and that you all had a great Mother's Day for those who hung out with their moms. Sadly, I wasn't able to because my grandmother was busy during the weekend, and I wasn't able to be picked up anyways because my step-grandfather, he had to spend time with his mom, or he wanted to, not had to, but, you know. But, I don't know why I keep doing that. Like, I breathe out, and it's like, see you next time.